Welcome to another episode of Savage Cash. Here with me, Suppoman, your superhero cryptocurrency expert. This video promises to be another magnificent video telling you about the best ICOs around right now. There are so many ICOs that I am hearing about. I've told you this yesterday, and essentially I have cut through a lot of the waffle, a lot of the jargon, to bring you what I believe to be the most valuable, the ones that are likely to bring the best gains to you over the coming weeks and months, okay? So, today has seen a slump in a lot of coins. You know, Ripple is down, Litecoin went up, temporarily went up quite high, and then it's come right back down again. So, you know, if you look at these cryptocurrencies, it's looking quite boring right now. You know, it's looking like a situation that we had in June, July time, which was that people just couldn't hold on to things. And when, you know, certain coins went up, for instance, you know, in this occasion, we've got Ripple and Litecoin, when they went right up, the people just couldn't hang on to it. They made a small profit. They were thinking, oh my God, I've got to cash out now before it just tanks. And then, of course, what happens is that when they do cash out, it does tank because they're doing it en masse. As soon as they see some negative figures, they put their stop losses in. All of a sudden, boom, just goes right down. So today I'm going to bring you some ICOs that you can get behind. Now, why should you get involved in ICOs? Okay, because ICOs are arguably the riskiest cryptocurrency you can get involved with. However, it also enables you to be one step ahead of everybody else. Okay, all the people that got in on 10x when it was at ICO got in before everybody else. And of course, 10x has exploded into this big thing. Everybody's hyping about it. And all these ICO investors, they're all sitting pretty and quite happy. Same for OMG. All the people that got in at ICO stage, sitting pretty. Same for the cryptocurrency that I speak about in this particular course, the long-term investment opportunity of 2017. I purchased loads and loads, you know, hundreds of thousands of this coin during ICO stage, and basically I'm now sitting pretty while everybody else now is really excited about it. And I dare say that for the next year, 2 years, when this finally picks up, I mean, this has gone right down today. This has gone right down, way below $1 now, giving more people a chance to get in on the action. But in a year, 2 years time, people are going to be saying, man, I wish I'd gotten in at ICO stage. Okay, because this is going to be one of those cryptocurrencies that is magic for the industry. All right, and I speak about it in this course. I tell you everything that I'm excited about by it and why I think this was such a great investment at, you know, the ICO price that it was, and why it's such a great investment for the long term, and why even if you get it now, it's going to be a marvellous investment. Because if you think about Neo, right, wouldn't you have loved to have been involved in Neo before it was $1? This is the opportunity you get with this. This could easily rise to Neo's current price within a year. Anyway, let's talk about these ICOs, okay? So I'm going to go through the top 5. I'm going to cut through the jargon and tell you very basically what it is, who's behind it, what's interesting about it, and when it's available for you to buy tokens. Now, you heard me talking yesterday about an ICO that had a superstar, a cryptocurrency celebrity, basically, behind it. That is not going to be in this list. Why, you ask? Well, the reason why is because the whitelist, which is basically pre-registration for this ICO, basically guaranteed, this whitelist, being included in the whitelist, guarantees you the opportunity to get involved with this cryptocurrency. So that whitelist closed a few days early. All right, so it's no longer available. So I didn't see the point in putting it on here to make it available for you when you can't even buy it. Now, when it does become available, whatever's left could be purchased, but it's not altogether clear. Now that ICO is Kyber, or Cyber with a K. And the person that is advising on this coin is Vitalik of Ethereum. The Ethereum founder, the genius behind Ethereum. Now, when his name is attached to anything, it's gold, okay? Therefore, you know, that's why the whitelist ended early, because they were oversubscribed, or going to be oversubscribed. So, you know, you can look up on that if you want to, but essentially speaking, what it was a little bit like 0x, the platform 0x, which is basically a decentralized exchange where you don't need to go on an exchange to buy cryptocurrency. There's no order book and all of that. You can just buy a cryptocurrency without any of the fees attached to it. So pretty good idea. No wonder that that essentially a cryptocurrency like that with a name behind it, like Vitalik, has basically gone off the scales. So keep an eye on that one. So in at number 5, we have got Syndicator. Now, Syndicator is essentially a platform that provides intelligence for the financial market. So it provides intelligence for traders, intelligence for investors, and basically it kind of incorporates machine learning and algorithms and artificial intelligence with humans. Okay, so what, so we've got expert humans that are saying this is what's going to happen, and that information gets ordered in order to be able to provide intelligence for traders and investors. Okay, so it provides analysis behind, certain coins, behind certain markets, behind certain niches, and gives signals for financial investors. Now, token holders essentially get access to the platform. So if you hold the tokens, then if you are an investor or a trader and you want to have this intelligence to help you make better decisions, invest in better coins, then you get access to the platform. Now, the team behind it are a bunch of data scientists and analysts, okay? All the people that you would hope to be behind an intelligence platform, okay? These are the guys who are able to make all the clever algorithms stuff happen in the background, help the platform, basically work like magic, work in an automated way with all these intelligence systems, the artificial intelligence, the machine learning, what the humans are kind of anticipating will happen in the market, bring it all together. So really clever bunch of data scientists. And also you've got the founder of the Bitcoin Foundation in there. Now he's not exactly, founder of Bitcoin. He's not a big name, but he's certainly, a kind of big influencer within cryptocurrency. So this ICO is going to be available on September the 12th. It's going to be available for 1 month, as long as, there's enough tokens to satisfy it. And it's going to be 1 cent per CND, okay, 1 cent. So, when I was talking yesterday about great entry point, this is one of those really good entry points. This is a really good low price, enables you to essentially make your money go a lot further. All right, so Syndicator certainly has legs because of what it does. In at number 4, we have got Unicorn Gold. Okay, now you have undoubtedly heard about Unicorn Gold, the cryptocurrency behind the platform Unicorn. Okay, now I don't know if you know of Tom Jones. Okay, there's a singer, Welsh singer, from the UK called Tom Jones. He kind of did What's New, Pussycat? Whoa, 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 and Delilah, why, Delilah, and a load of other really good songs. Well, depends on what era you come from. You probably think they're naff. But anyway, there's a TV programme in the UK called The Voice, which is a bit like the X Factor. And essentially, Tom Jones is always on there, and he's always, talking about his past and all the people that he's always met. Oh, there was one time I met Elvis Presley, and we spoke about, the sky and the weather and about dominating the world. Or there was once a time that I met with Muhammad Ali, or this was once a time I met with the Beatles. Now, the guy behind, the main, I suppose, draw to Unicorn Gold is Mark Cuban. And last night, I had one of those Tom Jones moments. Oh, last night, I had a chat with Mark Cuban. Well, that is the truth. Last night, Mark Cuban got in contact with me. I've spoken with Mark Cuban before because we were speaking about, he was wanting to invest in an app that I created once before. We were speaking about it. But anyway, so the kind of communication lines were already open with Mark Cuban. So it's not like he thought, oh, who's this Suppoman guy? Let's get in contact with him. I already knew Mark Cuban, but I haven't heard from him in a while. Okay, and then all of a sudden, heard from him. And we were talking about Unicorn Gold. And he was telling me about another platform that he's creating. He was saying, Suppoman, Michael, can you cover this? And I put it past my group today. Now, this cryptocurrency or this platform is not in this list, okay? Because there's very little information about it. And I haven't been paid a thing. You would think that with Mark Cuban's unlimited wealth, he would say, Michael, Suppoman, if you could just mention it, is $1 million or something, or have 1 million Unicorn Gold or whatever, but he hasn't put his hand in his pockets. He's not given me a single thing to say this, but essentially he invested in an app called Cyberdust, okay, and he's going to be bringing out a protocol called Mercury within Cyberdust. And essentially Cyberdust is a bit like Telegram, disappearing messages, but it also enables you to send out these, send out bursts of information, or like send out a chat to groups of people. So a bit like Telegram. So it's a lot like Telegram in the fact that it's a chat app, allows you to speak to communities, and it's a bit like Snapchat in the sense that it's disappearing messages. You heard it here first, okay? You won't see this anywhere, okay? There's a draft copy of a blog they're going to put out on Medium. It's not even gone out yet. So it's the first you're hearing of it, and this is upcoming. Currently, there are no details about it, hence why I'm not putting it on this list, and hence why there's nothing really to talk about other than, you know, what Cyberdust is about. Okay? So Mark Cuban is getting his... He's already got his hands in many pies, okay? He's already juggling a lot. He's an entrepreneur at the end of the day. And he's gotten these two companies, the Cyberdust and Unicorn, into blockchain, all right? So that brings me to number 4, Unicorn Gold. So Unicorn is basically an esports betting website, okay? It's a platform, it's already there. You can look at it yourself. And essentially, it's about pro video gaming, okay? So you've got professional video gamers in all these different really popular games like Call of Duty, League of Legends. There's tons of them, tons of these types of computer games. And these people are basically, they're competitions, one pro against another pro, or a group of pros against another group of pros. And you're betting on the winner, and you're able to actually see the matches happening in real time. So there's a TV channel about to be created or something, where you can actually watch, when you bet on these things, you can actually watch the matches taking place, watch it in real time. So the tokens, which is Unicorn Gold, are essentially, well, it's Unicorn Gold, Unicorn Silver, they're essentially going to be used for betting, okay? So betting on the matches, it's going to be used for raffle. So if you want to enter into a prize draw or something to win skins or all sorts of things computer game related, if you want access to exclusive rooms within the platform, and if you want to tip within the platform, you use the tokens for that. Okay, now one of the drawbacks is that there's 1 billion tokens available. Okay, and 20% are going to be made available during ICO, and the rest get split all kinds of ways. Now, the team is really the USP. Now, in my personal opinion, I'm not behind this, okay? That's my own personal opinion. This doesn't interest me in the slightest because it's esports betting. I like investing in ICOs where I'm actually truly behind it, okay? And I have no interest in these tokens. But the main draw of this ICO is who's behind it. Mark Cuban and Ashton Kutcher. Now, a lot of people are really into this. So there's going to be a lot of hype about Unicorn Gold. Although I'm not into it, there is going to be hype. There is money to be made. No doubt about it. Okay? So the reasons why is because of who's behind the platform. You know, who's advising on it. You know, who's trying to make it happen. Ashton Kutcher, obviously the guy from Dude, Where's My Car? And all sorts, Steve Jobs. And what's the other one? Just Married. He's in tons. Butterfly Effect, all of these films. He's a very well-known Hollywood film star, A-lister. Okay, and then you've got Mark Cuban, who's an A-lister entrepreneur. He does the Shark Tank. You know, owner of the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, he's been in Entourage. He's been in loads of things, Mark Cuban. He made his fortune in the dot-com bubble with, can't remember what the website was. It's really bad. And he's going to be watching this, so I'm going to look really terrible in front of him. But the fact of the matter is that that's how he made his fortunes, on the internet. It was a radio station, that's it, something like that. So basically, yeah, so it's who's behind it that draws the value in Unicorn Gold, hence delivering return on investment. So the ICO goes live on September the 8th for 10 days. There's no official price of the token yet. Okay, so that is how it's going. Now, because of the fact that there's 1 billion tokens, I dare say the price is going to be minimalistic. You know, 1 cent, 5 cents, kind of maximum. You know, maybe even a bit less. So that's Unicorn Gold. Okay, so that clarifies Unicorn. There's so many people have asked me about Unicorn. What do you think of Unicorn? What is it? You know, what's behind it? This is Unicorn Gold. So now you know. Now, in at number 3, I have got something really exciting, actually. I think this is one I'm definitely going into, okay? Bankera. Now, with all the excitement around Polybius, which is the first, or aims to be the first internet cryptocurrency bank, and behind 10x that offers a debit card, Bankera essentially combines both features into they're offering. Okay, so Bankera is essentially a cryptocurrency bank. Okay, it basically operates like a bank. Okay, bank on a blockchain. So essentially, they're going to be offering current accounts. They're going to be offering loans. This is going to be a proper bank. Now, these guys are already ahead of Polybius. Okay, they've got their banking license due to be granted in 2019, and they are going to be able to offer loans of massive sizes. Okay, they're already getting the ball kind of going. They are increasing their loans offering. So they are a cryptocurrency bank. Okay, now the cool thing is they already are issuing debit cards. Okay, they've got hundreds of thousands of clients already getting debit cards. Okay, now you also get IBAN numbers. So different to 10x, which is essentially a debit card, they are offering IBAN numbers. Now, IBAN numbers are essentially customer numbers, individual customer numbers. So when you are a member of a bank, when you belong to a bank, you've got an IBAN number. They're official numbers by which, when you are, when you're doing any of your accounting and all that kind of thing, and you need to sync your accounts with a platform, you need an IBAN number. IBAN numbers are only really unique to banks, and they already are issuing IBAN number. Well, they're certainly going to be issuing IBAN numbers very soon. Now, with this debit card, what you can deposit and use with this debit card is normal fiat currency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dash, and some other major cryptocurrencies, and they're going to be expanding on their offerings. A lot of information on the website SpectroCoin, okay, which is essentially what Bankera is coming out from. Now, the rewards. Now, if you were if MasterCard had offered rewards, imagine if you could get 20% of transactions, of net transactions. That is essentially what's being offered for token holders of Bankera. Okay, so like I said, with a cryptocurrency, you are looking for the things that add the value. Okay, and a reward system, something that operates a bit like a masternode, something that gives you a passive income, enables you to make money, a bit like gas with Neo. Something that enables you to earn rewards while you're a token holder, enables you to hold the cryptocurrency rather than sell it. So with a lot of cryptocurrencies, it's just simply a case of, I'll just sell that. Okay, it's making a loss, I'll sell that. But with cryptocurrencies that offer rewards, you're less likely to sell it. Like masternodes, you're less likely to sell them because you're earning while you're holding. Okay, same with this. So this is why I see this as having huge gains in the future for anybody holding Bankera tokens, okay, because of the fact they're getting a percentage of the transactions. It's a bank, for goodness sake. And like I said, if one of the major banks, enabled you to get 20% of net transactions, would you not be really interested in being a part of that? Okay, so this is a cryptocurrency bank ahead of Polybius, okay? So, you've got the opportunity to be able to make a lot of money as a token holder, as well as having a debit card, which they're already issuing, okay? And it takes about a week, from what I've seen, a week to 3 weeks to get your debit card. So you have this shiny debit card. It'll be a bit like the 10x card. You'll have your shiny card. You'll be able to pay for stuff with it because because if you go on Bankera, they already offer wallets, okay? If you go on the SpectroCoin.com website, they are already offering the debit card once you create a wallet, okay? And within that wallet, you can deposit your money, okay? And you can pay for things with cryptocurrency and with fiat currency. So it's pretty spectacular. Now, the team. Now, the CEO is a Cambridge graduate. He is very, very, from what I've seen on the website, he's very, very, he's got a lot of expertise in cryptocurrency, and he has the NEM, the New Economy Movement Coin CEO, as an advisor, and he's also got 2 members of the European Parliament in his advisory board. So this is essentially, when you're operating in the banking field, having 2 people influential in creating laws and knowing about politics within Europe. These are very powerful people to have on your advisory board. So team-wise, very strong. Now, the ICO is going to be, is coming out very soon, 28th of August, all right? And basically, it's only 1.5 cents per token, okay? Now, it's when it comes out as an ICO offer, it's going to be 1.2 euros. So I have that calculated as 1.5 cents. So the token is BNK. So that is Bankera. Very exciting. If you're a fan of 10x and if you're a fan of Polybius, then these are essentially a combination of both. So Bankera was something I only really looked at because I did a poll yesterday on my cryptocurrency masterminds group, and I said, guys, what do you see as the cryptocurrency ICOs that most excite you? And Bankera was way down, but I looked into it anyway, and boy, it's just basically like finding a needle in a haystack, okay? It's like finding a solid piece of gold amongst a sea of noise. Number 2, we have LAToken or LAToken. Okay, now LAToken is essentially looking to bring cryptocurrency to the masses, all right? Because you're essentially able to use cryptocurrency for significant purchases. You're able to use it to buy real estate, to buy stocks, bonds, to buy gold, assets, basically things that basically accumulate in value. All right, so this is really interesting. So if you want to be able to buy Apple stocks, Google stocks, Facebook stocks, Coca-Cola stocks, any stocks on the stock market with cryptocurrency, that's what LAToken is going to enable you to do. So very simply, that's what it is. Use crypto to buy assets. Now, this is the whole reason why this has why this has scope is because of how many people can be affected by this. Okay, how many people can use this? Because it enables real world usage. All right, this isn't just because, let's face it, right now, what can you really buy cryptocurrency? What can you really buy with a cryptocurrency? Not a lot. Okay, there's a place in Camden Market in London you can actually buy goods with Bitcoin there, but those places are very rare. You know, also that the very famous story of somebody who bought pizza with Bitcoin. Okay, God knows how rich the pizza company establishment is now, or the guy behind it is now, for making that genius kind of decision. All right, so there's very little actual real world usage. So by LAToken, this is enabling the intersection, I suppose, of real life cryptocurrency. All right, so that is why LAToken is specifically very exciting right now, and there are rewards attached to it. So essentially, you can buy whole or part of assets with these tokens. Okay, so so essentially, you know, these are the benefits. You know, you don't necessarily have to buy a whole Apple stock, you can buy a fraction of it. You don't necessarily have to buy a whole property, you can buy a fraction of it. You know, so with these assets, you don't have to buy it in whole, you can buy it in whole or in part with the token. And you can also save on the transaction fees involved with acquiring those assets. Now, there is a large team on LAToken. You look on their website and basically there's just loads of people. Loads of people that have expertise in all the areas, of all the asset fields that these guys are covering, the asset classes. You know, there's people behind stocks, shares, trades. You know, people behind gold, people behind real estate, people behind art. You know, there's this massive team of people, all very knowledgeable in all the different fields. Where you can use the cryptocurrency to buy these assets. Okay, so it's got a very large team with expertise in all areas. Now, the ICO is actually open right now. I think they are almost coming to the end of the offering they have that has been made available currently. You can still buy some. Now, on the negative side, is how much it is per token. It's 32 cents a token. All right, which compared to, you know, the last ones we were talking about, like for instance, Cat with Bankera, you know, they were much less in value. This is 32 cents per token. But you've also got to look at, where do you see the token going? Okay, where do you see the value going? Okay, if this enables real world uses, if this enables mass adoption, people who can, you know, actually buy valuable things. You know, you're not just buying a pizza, or you're not just buying, I don't know, an apple or something, or an orange. You're not just buying something random with a cryptocurrency. You're actually being able to invest in, you know, stocks and shares. You know, being able to buy Apple stocks or all that via this platform is really, really powerful. And you have this ability to do that with the token. So the token has the ability, like the assets that they are allowing you to buy, has the ability to just grow and grow and grow in value very quickly. Number 1. What is number 1? Number 1, I am going to be explaining one of the biggest myths in ICO cryptocurrency land right now. Tron, okay? Or the actual token Tronix, okay? So everybody's been hyping about this Tron, but not a lot of people know what the hell it is. Okay, and the big reason why is because, you know, finding a website's really difficult, finding any information is difficult. You know, it's mostly written in a different language. Therefore, when it's translated, it doesn't actually read very well if you go through it. But this is like shopping for something that's always going out of stock. I mean, like looking for a dash mine, the ant miners, so you can mine dash. They're always going out of stock. As soon as it goes in stock, it's out of stock straight away. Okay, it's a bit like going to try and get Adele tickets to go and see Adele at, I don't know, Wembley Arena or Madison Square Gardens, or go and see her at some big venue, the Staples Centre or something. As soon as Ticketmaster or whatever ticket outlet you go to buy your tickets, as soon as it goes open, you know that you've got seconds to buy those tickets because it's going to be oversubscribed. There are tons of people waiting on their computer, waiting to buy those tickets. That is currently the state of play for Tronix. So what is Tronix, for God's sake? Well, Tronix, very simply, is for the entertainment apps, okay? So gaming apps, social networking apps, lifestyle apps, like YouTube, for instance, okay? So it's an app user management system, okay? So people who use the app. So I used to be an app creator. I used to develop social networking apps, and essentially I would collect data on all of my different users. Now, I had about 5-6 apps collecting all sorts of data, and it was on all different platforms. And essentially, Tronix, or Tron, the platform Tron, will enable developers to be able to easily manage their users. Okay, manage them all in one place, avoid duplication and all this kind of thing. You have, you know, all their details in one place for these users, enabling the digital entertainment industry, the people that make the apps like Clash of Clans and all these different apps, betting apps, all sorts of apps, allows the developers to manage their customers easier, their smart contracts, so they can manage the contracts with their users, you know, because these users will all have contracts with the service. You know, they'll normally sign a privacy policy or contract of sorts, terms of service. So there are smart contracts that enable the developers to manage their users best. All right, so essentially speaking, this is what it is in a nutshell. Even though it takes this company about 48 pages of a white paper to explain, and they still can't explain it, that is what Tron is. Okay, so it allows developers to manage users in one place. Now, what is the drawback of Tronix? Okay, there's 100 billion tokens available. All right, 100 billion tokens. Now that is an enormous supply. Okay, that makes the EOS supply look tiny. All right, 100 billion tokens. This is where it all kind of falls down for Tronix. Okay, the amount of billion of tokens. Okay, so it doesn't seem quite as rare. But I'll come on to the price in a minute, because the price is where that comes from. Now, who's behind Tron or Tronix? Now, Justin Sun, you may have heard of Justin Sun. Everybody's saying he's the next Jack Ma. He's the next big entrepreneur. He's the next massive global star. You know, the next massive global entrepreneur that everybody looks up to. Is this guy going to dominate the world? Okay, and a big reason why is because he has got 10 million people, 10 million wallet users on Tron. Okay, so that is one of the reasons why. Now, why? The reason how he's done that is because he created an app called Paywoo, which has 10 million downloads. Okay, so this guy has created a mega successful app. 10 million downloads and users. He's also got with him, amongst many investors, venture capitalists, and people from the app game, he's got the Clash of Clans founder with him as well. Okay, so there we are. That is why, you know, they've got hundreds of billions of tokens, because, you know, you're going to need these tokens in order to exercise a lot of the transactions, I suppose, the blockchain transactions for the users as a developer. So that's why I believe there's so many tokens. Okay, that's certainly the logic that I apply to it, although this is not explained anywhere. That makes sense. Okay, so he's got the Clash of Clans founder, which has had millions and tens, hundreds of millions of downloads. Okay, so, you know, there are two big names behind this, and not only are they two big app founders, But Justin Sun is obviously being held as some kind of god in cryptocurrency land and an up-and-coming crypto celebrity. So, when is this ICO available? Right now it's available, okay? This is help Binance, which I spoke about a couple of days ago. Binance, which is an exchange, a very recent exchange, particularly within the Chinese market, okay? They have hosted the ICO, okay? Now, yesterday, there was, I think, 1 billion tokens available. 1 billion tokens available. And they sold out in, I don't even think it reached a minute. They sold out straight away. 1 billion tokens in less than a minute? Oh, come on! But a big reason behind that is because it's 3 cents, 4 cents for 100,000 TRX. Okay, so this is a big reason why, you know, a lot of these tokens just went out of stock, you know, straight away. Because, you know, 3 cents for 100,000 TRX? I mean, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, it's like 0.0000038 of a Bitcoin for 1 TRX. Okay, so, I mean, we're looking at ridiculous money here. So, I mean, that is certainly what they put down on their website. Now, so this, I would say, if you get your hands on this on Binance, if you can get your hands on this, wow, that is gold. It's like you own, you know, a Lamborghini that there's only like 3 of in the world. Like I was saying yesterday, it's one of those things that although this is the funny thing, although there are billions of tokens, because you can get so many for your money, so many tokens for your money, they sell out quickly. It's pretty odd. I mean, you would have thought that you would have less tokens and higher price, but I'm guessing that because this is related to user transactions rather than any other way in which tokens are normally used. They're normally used, you can normally use one to carry out a single transaction. Like, for instance, if you're using it on District OX, if you had a token, you can use one token to submit an idea. But if you've got millions of users of your app and you need one token per per user transaction, you need hundreds of thousands of tokens to be able to actually do this in the first place. So this is why I imagine the price is so low, why so many people can buy millions of TRX with very little money, and why it just went straight away on Binance. But if you can get your hands on this token, this could lead to pretty good wealth. So what has really separated Tronix from everything else is the demand and the fact there wasn't enough supply to meet with demand, which is ironic with 100 billion tokens. So those are the top 5 ICOs today, okay? So what did you think of this? What did you think of this video? What did you think? Did you like this video? I can bring out another one in maybe a week's time. Don't want to bring out too many because otherwise it won't actually separate truly good ICOs from all the ICOs. Because what you'll find is I'm covering every single ICO here. But this is certainly the 5 ICOs that people have been asking me, badgering me to cover. And now I've covered them. And you know what they are? Simply. So I hope that you enjoyed this episode of Savage Cash. Now, I also, as you may have seen earlier in this video, I spoke about a cryptocurrency that I think has amazing potential to make you long-term gains in the future. And I mean 20 times where it is now. 20 times where it is now. So if you put 1,000 in, that can make you 20,000. If you put 100,000 in, it can make you 2 million, and so on and so on. Okay, and that is within my cryptocurrency long-term investment opportunity of 2017, which you can purchase for just $10 flipping and get access to my cryptocurrency masterminds group. So I hope that you've enjoyed this episode of Savage Cash, and I will see you in the next one.